Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. This is the Rochester Press Box, presented by the Genesee Brewhouse. This portion brought to you by Connors and Ferris. Bills are in town.
Yep.
Who struck you? Who has impressed you?
Well, I'll say this. It's the first-round pick. He's 6'5". They have a lot of hopes about this guy for the future. I'm not talking about Josh Allen. And Josh Allen has shown flashes, and it's going to be more of a process at a quarterback. Tremaine Edmunds, man, that kid, he is right away the starter. He already, universally, on that defense, coaches, teammates, he is the starter. They know he's going to be there. He's a physical freak, I'll have to say. Nobody that big and that fast playing that position, and you see why they went for that position right away and saying it's such a key part to what they want to do for the defense, and he looks like that type of player.
Did other teams just miss on him?
Well, no, I mean, they went up and got him. In fact, I thought Bean was full of crap when he had said after the draft, if we didn't get Josh Allen where we were going to draft Tremaine Edmunds higher. And it's like, okay, yeah, whatever you say, you're saying this case, you got him. And then you watch him and his size, his speed.
You know why? Because he had a plan.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
He had a plan? Wow, it's amazing how the plan worked out the way he did. Don't even get me started. I hate you so much.
Anybody else?
I'll tell you what's been fun for me to watch is the defensive backfield versus Kelvin Benjamin. Because the Bills have a really good defensive backfield, Vontae Davis being the question mark, right? But on Tuesday, we're hanging out watching practice, and there was a battle between Tre'Davious White and Kelvin Benjamin, and it was like a battle upon battle. And there hasn't been, I don't know, in my opinion, that kind of in-air competition between wide receivers and defensive backs in Buffalo in a very long time. And Tre'Davious White, one of the best corners in the league. And Kelvin Benjamin is going up over him with Tre'Davious White in his hip pocket, a hand in his face, and making these unbelievable catches. It makes me feel a little bit better about the Bills' receiving core this season.
And it brings up a point, bringing White up. They've drafted well in the 2 years they've been in charge, which would lead me to believe maybe that there's a better chance that Josh Allen succeeds.
Yeah, hopefully they hit on the quarterback. And like Mike mentioned with Edmunds, I mean, he looks like a Madden creative player. When you see him out there with his size, his ranginess, he looks like a freak. So if he can live up to those expectations, he comes in with a pedigree. I mean, his entire family's in the NFL. So that has a meaning as well. But Benjamin, to me, is an interesting one. He comes in a contract year. You look at what he went through last year. He lost his mother last year. I believe it was in July. Came to camp incredibly out of shape. I mean, which you could understand going through a situation like he went through. Kind of had to get himself in shape throughout the season. Went through that knee injury last year. Went through a trade. Last year it was about as tumultuous a season as you could possibly have as a player. This year's second year with the Bills, or at least first full season with the Bills, and has looked really good at training camp. So when you look at a guy like Kelvin Benjamin, who needs to be good for them this year considering their wide receiving core, he's gotten off to a good start.
You know what else I like about him? Last year, during the season, his knee's banged up. He's not healthy. He's playing the one game in the brutal snow, and he ended up making a really nice catch for a touchdown. Nothing phases him. And we talked to him about coming into the contract year, and some guys, it's not about, I'm not worried about the money. Honestly, with him, I think he knows he's going to get paid. I think he has that confidence that he's that kind of player, but it doesn't seem to faze him. If he can get through last year and still be a pretty upbeat guy with, he had Tyrod, now he's got maybe a rookie or McCarron, whoever, or Peterman throwing him the ball, I think that bodes well for him to be here long term.
Who's the starter opening day as you see it now, Danny?
The starting quarterback? Yeah. Ooh. As of right this moment, A.J. McCarron.
Mike?
I'm thinking McCarron all along. Until we see the preseason games, I can't say for sure. So if I'm saying today, McCarron, but I think Allen still has a legitimate shot.
We've changed it every week.
Peterman's a gamer. When he shows up in those preseason games, it's going to start swaying opinion. I'm sticking with Peterman.
All right, I'll go with McCarron.